Days turned into weeks as Olivia adjusted to life among the Viridians. Learning their language was challenging since they communicated primarily through color changes in their skin and telepathic images, but Mira was patient teaching Olivia their ways. The Viridian Council had decided to study Olivia rather than imprison her. They were fascinated by humans, a species they had never encountered before. Olivia underwent numerous tests and examinations, most painless but all thorough. She was a curiosity. A strange alien from a planet called Earth. Mira remained her constant companion. Her role as head healer gave her authority to oversee the human visitor. She seemed genuinely interested in Olivia beyond scientific curiosity. They developed a system of communication combining simple words, gestures, and touch that allowed them to share basic ideas. Olivia learned that the Viridians were indeed all female. Their reproduction was asexual, requiring genetic material from compatible donors. This material was processed through complex biological mechanisms, creating offspring with genetic diversity. But compatible donors had become increasingly rare. Their population was in decline, their once vast empire now limited to a handful of worlds. Through careful observation, Olivia began to understand Viridian society. They were highly advanced technologically, but in ways different from humans. Their technology was biological grown rather than built. Their cities were living entities that responded to their needs. Their ships were similar, partly organic, partly crystalline structures capable of faster than light. Travelterra, the chief scientist of the Viridian Genetic Preservation Institute, took a special interest in Olivia. Her tests were more intensive, collecting tissue samples, blood, and detailed genetic mapping. The purpose remained unclear until Mira finally explained through their limited communication, Olivia's genetic structure was somehow compatible with Viridian biology. This was unprecedented. The Viridians had tested thousands of species across the galaxy, finding none suitable. But humans specifically, Olivia possessed genetic markers that matched Viridian requirements. The news spread quickly through the Crystal City. Some Viridians viewed Olivia with new interest, others with suspicion. To be the key to saving an alien species was not a responsibility Olivia had ever imagined. 3 months after her crash landing, Olivia was summoned to the Central Spire, the heart of the Viridian government. She would meet the Empress. Mira explained the highest honor for any non-Viridian. Many had never even seen their reclusive leader. The central spire rose higher than all others, its interior a complex lattice of crystal chambers and living corridors. Olivia followed Mira through passages that opened before them and sealed behind them. The deeper they went, the more guards they encountered, tall Viridians with armor like growths on their iridescent skin. Throne room was a vast chamber open to the sky above. The Empress sat upon a living throne that seemed to be part of her body. Crystal structures extended from the seat into her back, creating a stunning crown effect that radiated light. Her skin shifted through colors Olivia had never seen before. Patterns of light moving beneath the surface. Beside the throne stood Selah, the military commander. Her posture rigid, her skin a steady deep red, conveying what Olivia had learned meant alertness and potential aggression. Selah had made her opposition to Olivia's presence clear from the beginning. The Empress spoke in the Viridian language, her voice melodic, yet commanding. Mira translated through their touch connection. "You are the first human we have encountered," the Empress was saying. "Your species is unknown to us, yet your genetic structure suggests otherwise. How is this possible?" Olivia bowed respectfully before answering. "I don't know, Your Highness. Humans have never encountered Viridians in our recorded history. Yet the compatibility exists. I cannot explain it." The Empress studied her for a long moment. "Do you understand what this compatibility means for us?" "Human, I believe." So Olivia replied, "You need genetic diversity to continue your species. You think humans, specifically me, might provide that, correct?" The Empress shifted slightly, her colors brightening. "Our scientists believe a biological exchange between our species could reverse our decline. But this raises many questions. Would your people agree to such an arrangement? Are there more humans with your genetic markers?" Would Earth welcome contact with Viridia? These were questions Olivia couldn't answer. She had been missing for months now, presumed dead by Earth standards. She had no way to contact her people. No way to know if other humans shared her unique genetic structure. I would need to establish communication with Earth. Olivia explained. Such decisions would require diplomatic agreements beyond my authority. The Empress considered this to allow you to contact your world presents risks. Your people might not come in peace. Many on our council fear humans would exploit our vulnerability. Sela stepped forward, her colors flashing intense warning patterns. Humans are an unknown variable. Your Highness. Their history as the human has shared it shows tendencies toward violence and conquest. We cannot risk exposure. Olivia understood Sela's concerns. Earth history was indeed marked by conflict, but there was also cooperation, scientific achievement, and peaceful coexistence among different cultures. Mira spoke then, her colors gentle but assertive. I have shared mind touch with Olivia. She does not think as a conqueror. She seeks understanding, as do we. We face extinction. Without new compatible genetics, the risk of contact seems necessary. The debate continued for hours, Olivia standing silent as the Viridian Council members argued their positions. Finally, the Empress raised a hand. Silencing all discussion, we will proceed cautiously. The human Olivia will be allowed to construct a communication device under supervision. If contact is established, we will evaluate Earth intentions before revealing our location. It was a compromise. Olivia was grateful for Nigtar would have a chance to reach her people to let them know she was alive, to potentially broker first contact between humans and Viridians. The following weeks were busy ones. Olivia working alongside Viridian technicians to build a subspace communication array capable of reaching Earth or at least the Mars colony. She was given access to parts salvaged from her crashed ship and Viridian technology that seemed almost magical in its capabilities. During this time, her relationship with Mira deepened. Their communication became more sophisticated as Olivia learned more of the Viridian language and Mira learned English. Through mind touch, they shared memories, experiences, emotions. Understanding grew between them, something beyond friendship. But, undefined by either of their cultures, the array was finally completed, set upon the highest spire of the city, its crystalline components pulsing with energy as it searched for human communication frequencies. Olivia held her breath as she activated the system, sending a simple message on all emergency channels. This is Commander Olivia Kent of Earth Exploration Vessel. Horizon crashed on uncharted world coordinates. Attached first contact established with advanced species called Viridians requesting. Diplomatic mission approach with caution. No weapons repeat. No weapons days passed with no response. Olivia maintained hope, adjusting frequencies, boosting the signal. The Viridian Council grew restless, some suggesting the attempt be abandoned. Then, one evening as twin moons rose over the Crystal City, the array activated. A response from Mars colony received. Commander Kent confirmed a live diplomatic vessel dispatching Earth representatives en route. Estimated arrival, 30 standard days. Sending. Delegation of 20 includes scientists, diplomats, security, minimal weapons, defensive only, requesting landing coordinates, and protocol. Olivia wept with joy and relief as she translated the message for the Council. Earth was coming, and the future of two species hung in the balance. The stars looked different from this part of the galaxy, Olivia Kent thought as she ran system checks on her small exploration vessel. The mission was simple: map the outer rim of the newly discovered Viridian system and return to base. Nothing too complex for an experienced space commander. Olivia had been flying solo missions for 5 years now. She liked the quiet of space and the freedom to work at her own pace. Her dark hair was cut short for practicality, and her green eyes focused intently on the navigation charts as she plotted her course. A sudden alarm blared through the cabin. Red warning lights flashed across her control panel. Something was wrong with the engine core. Her heart raced as she tried to stabilize the ship. The small vessel shook violently as it entered the atmosphere of the nearest planet. She had no choice but to attempt an emergency landing. The ship spun out of control, heat building around the hull as gravity pulled her down. The impact came hard and fast. Olivia felt her head slam against the control panel before darkness took her. She woke to strange sounds and an odd blue light filtering through what remained of her cockpit window. Her body ached everywhere, but she seemed to be alive, moving carefully. She unstrapped herself and checked for serious injuries. A deep gash on her forehead had stopped bleeding, but her left arm hung useless at her side. Probably broken. The air seemed breathable according to her damaged instruments. That was one small mercy gathering. What supplies she could find, Olivia prepared to exit the wreckage. She had no idea what awaited her on this unknown world. The hatch opened with a groan of bent metal. Olivia stepped out onto the surface of an alien planet. The gravity felt slightly lighter than Earth, making her movements feel oddly buoyant. The landscape around her was unlike anything she had seen before. Tall crystal-like structures rose in the distance, glowing with internal light. Plants with translucent leaves moved in patterns that seemed deliberate, almost intelligent. Olivia activated her emergency beacon. Though she knew rescue was unlikely, she was far beyond the normal patrol routes. It could be months before anyone thought to look for her here if they looked at all. The sun was setting, turning the sky a deep purple. Olivia needed shelter. She gathered what supplies she could carry and began walking toward a cluster of rock formations nearby. Each step was painful, but staying with the wreckage in the open seemed unwise. Night fell quickly, bringing a bone-deep cold. Olivia huddled in a small cave, her emergency thermal blanket wrapped tightly around her. Despite her training, fear crept in. She was truly alone on an alien world with limited supplies and injuries that needed proper treatment. Morning brought new challenges. The local sun was brighter than Earth's making. Olivia squinted as she surveyed her surroundings. The crystal structures she had seen the day before seemed closer somehow, as if they had moved during the night. That was impossible, of course, just her concussion playing tricks. She needed water, food could wait, but dehydration would kill her quickly. Her scanner indicated a water source nearby. Relief flooded through her as she made her way toward it. Each step was agony, but the thought of cool water kept her moving. The pool she found was unlike any water she had seen. It shimmered with an inner light, colors dancing across its surface. Olivia tested it carefully. The liquid seemed safe according to her handheld analyzer. Cupping her hands, she drank deeply. The water had an odd sweet taste, but was refreshing. A sound behind her made Olivia spin around, reaching for her sidearm. A tall figure stood watching her. Olivia froze in shock, unable to comprehend what she was seeing. The being was humanoid, but clearly not human. Standing nearly 7 feet tall, with slender limbs and iridescent skin that shifted colors like oil on water. The creature had no hair, but a crown-like structure of what appeared to be living crystal grew from its head. Its eyes were large and entirely purple with no visible pupils. Olivia raised her hand, slowly showing she was not a threat. The being tilted its head, studying her with obvious curiosity. Then, to Olivia's surprise, it mimicked her gesture, raising its own hands. First contact, Olivia thought her training kicking in despite her fear. She needed to establish communication somehow. The being approached slowly, graceful movements, betraying no aggression. It stopped a few feet away and extended a hand palm up toward Olivia. The skin on its palm glowed brighter, as if inviting her to touch it. Every protocol warned against direct contact with unknown life forms. But something in the creature's gentle demeanor made Olivia reach out. Their fingers touched and a jolt of energy passed between them. Not painful, but intense. Images flooded Olivia's mind. A vast city of crystal structures. A society of beings like the one before, her all appearing female. No males visible anywhere. A great plague, dying populations, genetic deterioration, desperation. The connection broke and Olivia gasped, falling to her knees. The being knelt beside her, concern evident in its changing skin colors. From blue to a soft pink, it placed a hand on Olivia's injured arm. A warm sensation spread through the limb and the pain receded. The being was healing her. Somehow Olivia understood this creature was called Mira, though no words had been spoken. Mira was a healer among her people, the Viridians. And she had recognized something in Olivia, something important. Mira helped Olivia to her feet and gestured toward the crystal city in the distance. It was clear she wanted Olivia to follow her. With few options and her injuries partially healed, Olivia nodded her agreement. The journey to the city took most of the day. Mira moved at a pace Olivia could manage, stopping often to rest. As they traveled, the landscape changed, becoming more cultivated. Strange plants grew in patterns too regular to be natural. Some seemed to respond to Mira's presence, bending toward her as she passed. Other Viridians appeared as they neared the city. Their skin colors shifted rapidly when they saw Olivia displaying what she guessed was shock or alarm. Mira made gestures that seemed to calm them. The city itself was breathtaking. Towers of living crystal rose thousands of feet into the sky, connected by delicate bridges that looked too fragile to support weight, yet Viridians crossed them with confidence. The structures pulsed with inner light, creating a display that made Earth's most impressive cities seem dull by comparison. Olivia was led to a chamber within one of the smaller structures. The room adapted. Before her eyes, furniture growing from the floor to accommodate her different physiology. Through gestures and images shared through touch, Mira explained that Olivia would be safe here, that the Viridian Council would need to decide what to do with her, but that Mira would speak for her. Left alone, Olivia sat on the strange but comfortable bed, exhaustion finally overtaking her. The last thought before sleep claimed her was that no human had ever seen what she had seen today, and if she ever made it back to Earth, nothing would ever be the same. The news of an approaching Earth vessel sent waves of excitement and anxiety through Viridian society. Preparations began immediately. A landing zone was designated outside the main city. Reception chambers were grown for the human visitors, and security measures were quietly enhanced. Olivia found herself suddenly important in ways she had never anticipated. She was the bridge between two worlds, the only human who understood Viridian culture and biology, the only one who could prepare both sides for first contact. Mira helped her create educational materials for the human delegation, basic information about Viridian physiology, culture, and social structures, warnings about potential misunderstandings, everything Olivia wished she had known when she first arrived. The Empress summoned Olivia daily, requesting more details about Earth and its people. She was particularly interested in human women, asking questions about their biology, reproduction, and genetic diversity. The implications were clear. The Empress hoped to find more humans like Olivia genetically compatible with Viridians. Sela, the military commander, remained suspicious. She increased security throughout the city, placing guards at every entrance to the central spire. Her skin maintained the deep red of alertness whenever Olivia was present. "You trust these humans too easily," Sela told the council during one heated debate. "We know nothing of their true intentions. Their ship comes armed, despite our requests." Mira defended the humans. "They bring minimal defensive weapons only. This is standard protocol for unknown space, not a sign of aggression. Commander Olivia has shown us that humans can be trusted." The debate might have continued, but urgent news interrupted. The meeting Viridian long-range sensors had detected unusual activity at the edge of their system. Multiple ships approaching from the direction opposite the Earth vessel. The Zorathi Sela announced, her colors shifting to battle readiness. "They come." Earlier than expected, Olivia had heard of the Zorathi during her time on Viridia. An aggressive species that had warred with the Viridians for centuries, they believed themselves the rightful rulers of this sector of space. The Viridian decline had reduced hostilities in recent decades, but ancient hatred remained. The question is, how did they know to come now? Sela continued, her gaze falling on Olivia. "Your transmission to Earth was intercepted." Olivia felt a chill run through her. Had she inadvertently brought danger to Viridia? "Your sensors showed no evidence of interception," she protested. Sela moved closer, towering over Olivia. "Yet here they come, just as your human friends approach." Curious timing. The Empress intervened. "Accusations solve nothing. Commander, activate the defense grid. Prepare for possible conflict." Olivia was stunned. Defense grid? What defense grid? In all her months on Viridia, she had seen no weapons, no military installations beyond ceremonial guards. Mira sensed her confusion. Through their mind-touch connection, she shared images that shocked Olivia. The beautiful crystal spires of the city were not merely architectural. They were weapons platforms dormant for centuries. Ancient technology capable of destroying fleets of ships. The Viridians had once been conquerors before the genetic plague decimated their numbers, forcing them to redirect all resources to survival. Their weapons had been hidden away, but never dismantled. It seems there is much we have not shared. With each other, Mira admitted, her colors shifting to apologetic hues. We wished you to see our peaceful present, not our warrior past. The revelation changed Olivia's perception of the Viridians. They were not simply gentle healers and scientists. They had a capacity for violence equal to or greater than humans. They had simply chosen peace out of necessity. The next few days were tense. Olivia divided her time between preparing for the Earth delegation and helping monitor the approaching Zorathi vessels. The Earth ship maintained its course, unaware of the potential danger. Mira rarely left Olivia's side, their connection deepening through shared crisis. One evening, as they stood on the observation deck watching the stars, Mira initiated mind. Touch images flooded Olivia's consciousness, not of the past or present but possible futures. Viridian children with genetic diversity and strength. A revival of their species, humans and Viridians working together exploring the galaxy. And something more personal, Mira and Olivia together. Their bond growing beyond friendship, beyond diplomatic alliance. Something neither had words to describe. The connection ended, leaving Olivia breathless. The intensity of Mira's emotions, her hopes and fears, had been overwhelming, yet also exhilarating. There was something between them, something powerful and undefined. What was that? Olivia asked. Mira hesitated, her skin shifting through soft blues and purples. Among my people, the sharing of possible futures is intimate, reserved for those who might form life bonds. Life bonds, Olivia understood the implication. Partnership, commitment, love. Perhaps, though, the Viridian concept was both similar and different from the human equivalent. Is that what you want? Olivia asked carefully. A life bond with me? Mira's colors deepened. I do not know if it is possible between our species, but yes, the thought exists. The moment was interrupted by an urgent communication, Sela requesting Olivia's presence in the command center. Reluctantly, they separated, the conversation unfinished, but a new understanding between them. The command center was a hidden chamber beneath the central spire, its walls lined with living technology monitoring stations operated by Viridians. With specialized training, Sela stood before a large display showing the positions of all vessels in the system. The Zorathi have changed course, she announced. They moved to intercept the Earth ship. Olivia studied the display. The Earth vessel was 2 days from Viridia. The Zorathi would reach them before they entered Viridian defense range. What do they want? Information, perhaps? Sela replied. To learn why humans come here. Possibly to prevent your arrival. The Zorathi have spies they may know of. Your genetic compatibility. Why would they care? Olivia asked. The commander regarded her steadily. If Viridians find new genetic sources, we might rebuild our numbers. Our strength with humans as allies. We could reclaim worlds the Zorathi have taken during our decline. Olivia understood the political implications extended far beyond simple first contact. The Zorathi would see humans as a threat to their expansion. She turned to Sela. What can we do? The commander seemed surprised by the question. We can do nothing. The Earth ship is beyond our defense perimeter. We can't just let them be intercepted. Olivia protested. They have no idea what they're flying into. Sela shrugged slightly, her colors conveying indifference. The humans chose to arm their vessel against our advice. Let them defend themselves. Olivia felt anger rise within her. These are my people. Ambassador-level representatives. If the Zorathi harm them, Earth will not seek peaceful relations with Viridia. They will come in force. The Empress, who had been listening silently, stepped forward. What do you suggest, Commander Kent? We need to warn them. Olivia said, send a faster ship to intercept before the Zorathi. Make contact, explain the situation. Impossible. Sayla declared. We cannot risk a Viridian vessel. Our numbers are too few. Then let me go. Olivia met the Empress' gaze. I can pilot a scout ship. I know enough about your technology. Now I can warn them. Guide them safely to Viridia. The council erupted in debate, some supporting Olivia's plan, others opposing it. The Empress watched silently, her colors shifting in complex patterns as she considered all perspectives. Mira moved to Olivia's side, her support clear in her posture and colors. I will go with her. No, Olivia said firmly. This is my responsibility. The Earth ship carries people I know. Friends, colleagues. If anyone should risk themselves, it should be me. The debate continued through the night. Finally, the Empress made her decision. Olivia would be permitted to take a scout ship. She would go alone as she requested. The mission was high risk, but the potential diplomatic disaster of allowing the Earth delegation to be intercepted by the Zorathi was deemed greater, as preparations were made. Mira helped Olivia familiarize herself with the scout ship's controls. The vessels were semi-sentient, responding to thought commands as well as manual controls. It would be challenging but not impossible for a human pilot. The night before launch, Mira came to Olivia's chamber. Her colors subdued, reflecting concern. Return safely, she said. The future I showed you. I wish to make it real. Olivia took Mira's hands, feeling the subtle energy that always passed between them. I will return, she promised, and we will face that future together, whatever it brings. The Viridian scout ship hummed with energy as Olivia guided it through the atmosphere. The controls responded to her thoughts almost as well as they would to a Viridian pilot thanks to Mira's training, and the neural interface temporarily bonded to Olivia's temple. The ship was beautiful, a sleek crystalline structure that seemed alive. Olivia had never flown anything so responsive. It made her old Earth vessel feel clunky and primitive by comparison. As she cleared the planet's gravitational pull, she set course for the approaching Earthship. The Zorathi vessels were still distant but moving fast. She needed to reach the humans first. Space stretched before her, vast and silent. The scout ship accelerated to speeds no human craft could match. The neural interface fed information directly to her mind, showing the positions of all vessels in the system. The Earthship was 12 hours away at her current speed. She would intercept them well before the Zorathi. Olivia had time to think as she flew. Her mind drifted to the past year, the crash that should have killed her, finding herself on an alien world meeting Mira. The discovery of genetic compatibility between their species, the growing bond between them. What had started as a simple mapping mission had become something far more important. First contact between humans and Viridians could change both societies forever, if she succeeded. If the diplomatic mission reached Viridia safely, if agreements could be reached, women with compatible genetics might save the Viridian species from extinction, and Viridian technology could advance human civilization by centuries. But first, she had to warn her people. Prevent a potential disaster at the hands of the Zorathi. The hours passed slowly, the neural interface occasionally showing the Zorathi ships adjusting course. They knew about the Earth vessel. They were definitely intercepting. Finally, the Earthship appeared on her sensors. The vessel was larger than her scout ship, but small by military standards, a diplomatic cruiser with minimal weapons, just as the Viridians had requested. The name on the hull made Olivia's heart skip a beat. Northern Star, her old training vessel, the ship she'd served on before commanding her own exploration mission. She opened a communication channel broadcasting on standard Earth frequencies. This is Commander Olivia Kent, piloting Viridian scout vessel. I need to speak with your captain urgently. Silence followed. Then, Northern Star, is receiving. Identify yourself fully. Commander skepticism was clear in the response. Olivia smiled, understanding their caution. Graduated Earth Space Academy class of 2157. Authorization code, Kent Alpha, 590. Echo service number, 22478. Check. Your records. Captain, a longer pause. Followed by a familiar voice, Olivia Kent. You better not be some alien trick playing with us. Kent was declared dead 14 months ago. Olivia recognized the voice immediately. Kelly Nguyen, her former academy roommate, and closest friend, Negative Captain Nguyen. Very much alive and piloting an alien vessel to save your stubborn behind from flying into a trap. The shock in Kelly's voice was evident. Olivia, by all the stars, how no time for reunions. Kelly, Olivia cut, and there are Zarathi vessels on an intercept course with you. Hostile intentions likely. You need to adjust course. I'm sending coordinates. Follow me precisely. The Northern Star changed course following Olivia's scout ship. The Zarathi vessels adjusted, immediately confirming Olivia's suspicions. They were definitely targeting the Earthship, Captain. They're pursuing us, Olivia warned, increasing speed. They want to prevent you from reaching Viridia. Why would they care? Asked Kelly. Long story short, Olivia replied as she maneuvered the scout ship. Humans and Viridians share genetic markers. Your delegation could save their species from extinction. The Zarathi have been enemies of the Viridians for centuries. They don't want them regaining strength. Silence from the Earthship as they process this information. Then we need to reach Viridia regardless. What are our options? Olivia studied the neural display the Zarathi were gaining. The Earthship, even at maximum speed, couldn't outrun them, and they would intercept before reaching Viridian defense range. There was only one option, and it was desperate. I'll run interference. She decided, keep them busy while you make for the planet. Once you're within range, the Viridian defense grid will protect you. Kelly protested immediately. Olivia, that's suicide. Your scout ship has no weapons. No, but it has speed and maneuverability, Olivia countered. And the Zarathi won't expect aggressive tactics from a Viridian vessel. They think they're all pacifists now. Before Kelly could argue further, Olivia turned her ship directly toward the approaching Zarathi vessels. The neural interface screamed warnings in her mind, but she pushed forward. The Zarathi would expect the scout ship to flee, not attack. The gamble worked. Momentarily, the Zarathi vessels hesitated, confused by her approach. This gave the Earthship precious time to continue toward Viridia. Olivia executed maneuvers that would have been impossible in an Earth vessel flying between the much larger Zarathi ships, drawing their attention. Their weapons activated, trying to lock onto the small, fast-moving target. She could feel the scout ship's distress through the neural link. The vessel wasn't designed for combat maneuvers. Alarms sounded as a Zarathi energy beam grazed the scout's hull. The crystalline structure absorbed some of the impact, but damage was registered. Olivia pushed the ship harder, demanding more speed, more responsiveness. The neural interface burned against her temple as the connection intensified. The Earthship was making good progress almost within Viridian defense range, but the largest Zarathi vessel had broken off pursuit of Olivia. Turning its attention back to the Northern Star, Olivia made a split-second decision. The scout ship responded instantly, accelerating to maximum speed. She positioned herself directly between the Zarathi cruiser and the Earthship, just as the alien vessel fired. Its weapons fully charged, intended to cripple or destroy the Northern Star. Impact was devastating. Energy tore through the scout ship's hull systems, failing instantly. Olivia felt pain explode through the neural link as the ship took damage that would have destroyed an Earth vessel completely. Only Viridian technology kept it partially intact. The scout ship tumbled through space systems, failing life support. Critically damaged, Olivia fought to maintain consciousness. The neural interface was still active, feeding her the ship's distress, along with her own. Her last coherent thought before darkness claimed her was of Mira, and the future they might never share on Viridia. Mira collapsed suddenly, clutching her head. The psychic backlash of Olivia's injury transmitted through their connection, even across vast distance. Sela caught her as she fell, concern momentarily replacing her usual stoic expression. She's hurt, Mira gasped. Olivia, the ship damaged. The Empress moved quickly to the command center. Activate the defense grid, she ordered. Target all Zarathi vessels. Across the Crystal City, ancient weapons stirred to life. Energy built within the spires, focused and directed by Viridian controllers who had trained for centuries for this moment, though none had ever fired the weapons in actual combat. The city itself seemed to hum with power as dormant systems awakened. In space, the Zorathi vessels detected the energy buildup. Too late. They had pursued the Earthship too close to Viridia, confident that the Viridians would not risk open conflict. The first energy pulse struck the lead Zorathi ship, vaporizing it instantly. The others attempted evasive maneuvers, some turning to flee. The Earthship, Northern Star, reached Viridian orbit safely. Though damaged by minor weapons fire, its systems remained functional. Its crew watched in awe as the seemingly peaceful crystal city below revealed its true nature. A fortress of unimaginable power. Mira insisted on joining the rescue mission for Olivia. The scout ship's emergency beacon was active but fading multiple. Life pods launched toward the damaged vessel, Mira in the lead. Her medical skills would be needed if Olivia still lived. They found her unconscious, but alive. The neural interface had protected her mind from the worst of the psychic shock. Even as it transmitted the ship's pain, the scout's semi-organic nature had sacrificed parts of itself to maintain life support in the pilot's chamber. Mira worked feverishly, stabilizing Olivia as they returned to Viridia. The damage was extensive, both physical and neural. The human body was resilient but had never been designed to endure the strain of a Viridian neural interface, especially during combat and catastrophic damage. The Earthship landed without further incident, Captain Kelly Nguyen leading the diplomatic team. They were met by the Empress herself, an unprecedented honor. The humans stood in awe of the Crystal City, now understanding its dual nature. Beauty and power, grace and strength. Kelly requested immediate access to Olivia. Their reunion would have to wait. The injured commander had been taken to the central healing chamber, Viridian and human medical personnel working together to save her. As negotiations began between Earth and Viridia, the fate of Commander Olivia Kent remained uncertain. She had risked everything to bring two worlds together. Her sacrifice might just change the course of two civilizations. Olivia floated in darkness. Pain came in waves, then receded. Voices echoed distant and distorted. Sometimes she recognized Mira, the gentle touch of her mind trying to reach through the void. Other times unfamiliar Viridian healers, their psychic presence, more clinical, detached. At times she heard Kelly speaking words of encouragement and memories from their academy days. Time lost meaning. Days or weeks might have passed. She existed in a liminal space between consciousness and oblivion. The neural interface had left its mark on her mind. Human brains were not designed for such deep connection with Viridian technology. The damage was significant, but not irreparable. The Viridian healers worked tirelessly alongside the human medical team from Northern Star. Gradually, light returned. Olivia opened her eyes to find herself in the central healing chamber. The crystalline walls pulsed with soft blue energy. Mira sat beside her, her skin glowing with relief, as she noticed Olivia stirring. "Return to us," Mira said, her voice gentle, the colors of her skin shifting to joy. Olivia tried to speak, finding her voice weak. "How long?" "7 rotations," Mira answered, placing a cool hand on Olivia's forehead. "We feared we might lose you." The neural damage was extensive. Olivia remembered fragments, the scout ship burning around her, the desperate maneuver to protect the Earth vessel, the pain as the neural interface overloaded the others. She asked, "The Northern Star safe?" Mira assured her. They landed. Without further incident, Captain Nguyen visits daily. She is quite persistent for a human. Olivia smiled weakly. "That sounds like Kelly. The Zorathi retreated after we activated the defense grid," Mira explained. "Some were destroyed, others fled. We do not believe they will return soon." The display of power was sufficient to remind them why they feared Viridians for so long. Diplomatic talks. Olivia asked, her mind clearing further. "Progressing well," Mira said. "A preliminary alliance has been formed. The genetic compatibility has been confirmed with 3 other human women in the delegation. The Empress is pleased. The news should have elated Olivia. Everything she had hoped for was happening. Her mission successful beyond expectation. Yet a sense of unease remained. What role would she play now? First contact had been established. The diplomatic teams would handle negotiations. Her unique position as the only human on Viridia was no longer relevant as, if sensing her thoughts, Mira took her, hand initiating a gentle mind touch, nothing invasive, just comfort and reassurance. Your place remains special. Olivia, between our worlds, as it does with me if you wish it. The healing chamber door opened, admitting Kelly Nguyen. The Earth Captain looked, tired but pleased to see Olivia awake. About time you rejoined the living, Kent, she said with forced casualness, though her eyes betrayed her emotion. Olivia attempted to sit up but found herself too weak. How are the negotiations? Fascinating, Captain Nguyen replied. The Viridians are incredible. Their technology, their culture, it's beyond anything we imagined, and the genetic compatibility. Apparently 15% of human women share the markers. That could mean millions of compatible donors. Is Earth open to an alliance? Olivia asked. The diplomatic team is drafting agreements now. Kelly confirmed medical, genetic, and technological exchange, limited at first but with potential for expansion. The Viridian defense capabilities alone are worth the alliance. They took out 3 Zarathi warships without breaking a sweat. Mira excused herself, sensing the humans needed time alone. The 2 friends watched her leave the elegant Viridian, moving with characteristic grace. She's something special, Kelly remarked when they were alone. Your alien friend seems quite attached to you. Olivia felt warmth spread through her at the observation. Mira and I have a connection. It's difficult to explain. Kelly raised an eyebrow. I'm getting that impression from everyone here. They talk about you differently. You're not just any human to them, especially not to her. The observation was accurate. Olivia had become something more than a simple castaway or diplomatic liaison. Her bond with Mira transcended professional relationships or even friendship. It existed in a space between human and Viridian understanding, not quite the same as human love, but equally powerful. The coming days brought improved health and clarity. The neural damage healed slowly, but steadily. Olivia began attending the diplomatic sessions, offering insight into both cultures. Her unique perspective proved valuable as humans, and Viridians navigated the complex process of building trust. The genetic exchange program was central to negotiations. The Viridians needed compatible donors to save their species from extinction. Human women with the right genetic markers could provide what they needed, but the exact nature of the exchange remained contentious. Some human diplomats raised concerns about exploitation. The Viridians insisted the process was painless, requiring only minor genetic sampling, not harmful or invasive procedures. Trust remained fragile. Both sides cautious. Olivia found herself increasingly caught between worlds. Kelly and the Earth delegation viewed her with a mixture of awe and suspicion. Her year on Viridia had changed her. She understood the aliens in ways other humans couldn't. She defended Viridian positions, sometimes against human interests. Yet, to the Viridians, she remained human, different, other. No matter how well she understood their culture, she would never truly be one of them. Only Mira seemed to accept her completely as she was. Neither fully of Earth nor Viridia, but something unique. One evening, as twin moons rose over the Crystal City, Olivia stood on the observation deck. The view still took her breath away after all this time. The beautiful structures glowing with inner light against the purple sky, the elegant Viridians moving with grace through their living city. So different from the concrete and steel of Earth cities. Mira joined her, their shoulders almost touching. You seem troubled, she observed. Olivia sighed. Where do I belong now? Mira, not fully human anymore, not Viridian. The negotiations proceed without need of me. Mira turned to face her, iridescent skin shifting through gentle blues and purples. You belong where you choose. Between worlds, perhaps, A bridge, as you have always been since coming here. The Empress has offered me a position, Olivia revealed, ambassador to Earth. First of our kind to serve on your world. Mira's colors dimmed slightly. And you will accept return to your people. Olivia studied her companion, noting the subtle shifts in color that betrayed emotion. I haven't decided if I return to Earth. I would leave much behind. Leave you. Their hands found each other, fingers intertwining. A current of energy passed between them as it always did. The connection that had grown over months of shared experience, shared danger, shared hope. What of the future you showed me? Olivia asked quietly. The potential life bond. Mira stepped closer, her free hand rising to touch Olivia's face. That future remains possible. But the choice must be yours. To stay, to go, to find a path between worlds. For the first time, Mira initiated a full mind touch without seeking permission. Images flooded Olivia's consciousness stronger than ever before. A shared life on Viridia service, as intermediaries between their species, helping forge a lasting alliance, building something that had never existed before in more intimate images, a bond that transcended physical differences, a connection of minds and hearts that needed no human or Viridian words to define. When the connection broke, Olivia found tears on her cheeks. I'd need to return to Earth occasionally, she said. Her decision made without conscious thought, to maintain diplomatic relations, report to my superiors, but my home would be here, with you. Mira's skin glowed with joy, colors shifting rapidly through the spectrum. This is what you choose. Not a choice, Olivia said softly. A recognition of what already is. The following days saw rapid progress in negotiations. The Viridian Council formally appointed Olivia as their representative to Earth with authority to speak for their interests. The Earth delegation accepted the appointment with some reservation, but acknowledged her unique qualification for the role. A genetic exchange program was established. Volunteer. Human women with compatible markers would provide samples to help diversity, the Viridian genetic pool. In return, Earth would receive limited access to Viridian technology, primarily medical and agricultural advances. Weapons technology remained restricted, a concession Olivia had fought hard to secure. The Zorathi threat remained distant but real. The attack had proven their continued hostility. A defensive alliance between Earth and Viridia would protect both species. The Viridians would share defensive technology only. Earth would provide additional compatible genetic donors. Joint patrols would secure the sectors. The Northern Star prepared to return to Earth, carrying the diplomatic team and the signed treaties. Olivia stood with Mira, watching the loading procedures. Kelly approached them, her captain's uniform pristine. So you're staying, she said to Olivia. Not even coming back for debriefing, for now. Olivia confirmed. I'll follow in a Viridian vessel next month. Need to complete my healing first. Kelly nodded, understanding the unspoken truth. The healing was only part of the reason. Olivia's decision to remain had much to do with the tall, iridescent being standing beside her. Their connection was obvious to anyone who saw them together. Take care of her, Kelly said to Mira, her tone serious. She saved both our worlds at nearly the cost of her life. She's the best of humanity. Mira inclined her head in the formal Viridian gesture of respect. She is valued beyond measure, Captain. Not only for what she has done, but for who she is.